is. Now, anybody that knows me knows I'm fucking tough ass cookie. You know, I go out there and, you know, a lot of people see me as fearless. And when I admitted that I was scared and I was vulnerable and I needed help, that is when my true strength came out. And that was when I was able to have compassion for myself. But I also had to look back at some dark, dark times. But I know if I didn't look at them, and if I didn't continue to look at them now, I would never make it through. So now I'm quite excited about it, you know, in some macabre, twisted kind of way, because now I've allowed that pain and eventually the pain subsides. And then that is when you sort out the residue. You know, has anybody ever had a flood and all of the water comes up, and then it's when the water goes and there's all the mud and the silt and all of that that's left. And that's when the cleanup starts. And this is what we're going through. This is what we're being pushed to. Get rid of all that shit. Get rid of the baggage. Get rid of the whole lot. Because it's cleanup time. Okay? We're going into, you think Taurus wouldn't have a mess? Taurus like nice things. Taurus is very, very sensual. You know? It's all about the senses. It's about the smells. It's about the touch. It's about the feels. You know, it's opulent. If you go in any Taurus's house, you will see that they have nice things. You know, they're very, very, very sensual people, and not just physically, you know, but like in their being. And they're not going to have somebody walking into their energy with dirty, muddy fucking boots on, you know? So this is what we've got to do if we want to enjoy this kind of Taurus luxury and safety and everything like that. We've got to take their mucky boots off, you know? We've got to clean them, and we've got to go in there feeling spick and span and fresh. It's almost like we're going through like a car wash at this moment, you know, and then we're going to be sprayed with all these nice smells and everything. So we go out and we're like brand new again. A bit like, almost like the birth canal, you know, the labor has started and it's painful and it's gnarly and it's fucking, please make it stop. But the only way you can stop is to keep pushing. And then all of a sudden you're through. And that is when new life comes again. So this is time. This isn't about blaming anybody else. I have to this person that said this to me. I have the utmost respect and thanks for them and gratitude, because they taught me, they showed me a part of myself that I really, really needed to look at, that had been holding me back, you know, and stopping me from becoming who I know I am meant to be. My soul is kicking in over my ego, saying, you know what you're meant to do. And if I'm not standing up here, you know, spouting this to use, you know, it is a responsibility. We all have this responsibility in what we've got to do to make the world better. And we're not going to do that if we're sitting in this victim pity party of, well, this happened to me, this happened, this is why I drink, this is why I do this is why I blah, 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 all of that. You know, we've got to actually go in and see what it is and feel pain. We often try to hide by putting the blame or diverting or distraction or whatever, okay? We've got to feel this. We've got to feel it. And the sooner we start to feel it, the sooner it is going to stop. We're not meant to go into this 2022 as the same people that went in 2020. If we think we are, then we've missed the whole fucking point. There's been struggle, there's been loss, there's been heartache, there's been pain, there's been disconnection and everything. And all of that has been for a reason, so that we can shed that which holds us back. It's not taking a risk going forward. It's taking a risk staying where you are and doing what you're doing. Because not everybody will go through to it. You know, they won't. And this is, you know, it's boom, it's going to get dark before it gets light again. This is it. The big boom. This is what I'm getting. And I know this sounds like all crazy, but we've just got to feel our way through it. When somebody is in labor, and if they have natural childbirth, okay, it's all about the breath. This is what they're saying. It's all about the breath. And if we learn to breathe our way through it, okay, and also swear, because swearing is actually medically known that it stops pain for a bit as well. So when we can do this, that is when we know that, I am Zen no matter what. And this is where we realize what real love is. And this is what it's all about. It's asking us to remember love. But what's happened is all of this black tar, horrible stuff has been pushed that farther down, that love isn't present in them parts. As a soul, this person that said this to me was from a loving place, even though as a human, they said it from a fucking dickhead place, But from a soul place, it was so that I could remember. So that I could remember the love that I had for myself before it was taken away from other people. So is this making sense? Because I don't know. I'll have to wash it all away. I'll have to watch this back because I don't know what's being said on this. But this is to clear our mind. Our minds, whoa, right, okay. They're saying our minds have been brainwashed, okay? They've been washed and we need to claim them back because we need this freedom again. We need this. This is so insane. I've just pulled the card, okay? Look at the card there. Look at my ring. It's literally the same one. It's a new deck of cards. And then I'm being highlighted that as well. All these connections, everything is all divinely guided. We're all pawns in the same play, and it's choosing who do you want to be in your script, who do you want to be in your script, what makes you feel good, what do you really, really want, where are you inspired, it's not about the ones that hurt you, it's the ones that inspire you. And this is what this Taurus is saying. Where do you feel safe? It's asking you to feel that. And a lot of times it's not in the past. So I'm going to pull some cards and give myself a break because they're coming down. And it's like, whoa, man. It's like, please stop the channeling because they're coming down like this. And this is because I have been so disconnected. Honestly, if you had seen me these last 2 weeks, I was scared to even think about doing a video because I'm like, how can I guide people when I am this much of a mess? But even by admitting that now, that is vulnerability, that is strength. My coach last night said to me, what is the one thing, and this is a great question to ask yourself, the thing that I am hiding from the world and I don't want them to know is, and then repeat whatever you want to say. And mine was that I guide people to be fearless and to live in love. And this last couple of weeks, I've felt so far removed from love and I've been in so much fear. But I am only human as well. So even me being able to say this now, I am so fucking proud of myself because at one time I would never have admitted that. I would have said that that was a flaw. So this is what we've all got to do. Look, ask yourself that question. What are you hiding from the world and what do you not want them to see? And then whatever it is that you're hiding, you go out and you fucking own it. Don't let them take it from you. Don't let them use that as a way to keep you trapped, because you're safe to be you. It doesn't matter who you are, you're safe to be you. And this is what this Taurus moon is asking us to see. Okay? Oh, God, I've gone on a right rant today, haven't I? I wasn't even going to do the video. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow, look at that. The one that's just jumped out, The Alchemist. And this is what it's about. Okay, alchemy, what does it do? What does it do? It takes two components and it puts them together and it makes them gold. And that's so strange because the last couple of weeks, all I've been getting in my head is stay gold, stay gold. You know, I've just got this little place to live and I was going to do some artwork with it. And it's from The Outsiders, one of my favorite movies, you know. And even that, The Outsiders, the ones we don't fit into the norm, the weirdos, the misfits, all of the ones that try that hard to fit in when we're not meant to. You know, it's the weirdos and the misfits that change the world, the dreamers and the doers that change the world, not the ones that sit in their false safety, the ones who are safe in who they are, safe in the knowledge that there are others like them around the world. And that's it. Find the others. Dr. Timothy Leary said it. What was it? Turn on, tune in, drop out. This is exactly what is going on. So there you go. This is The Alchemist. We're taking the way the world is. We're taking what has happened to us and we're putting it with our belief and our love and our hope for the future. Boom. And there you go. We're transmuting it. That does not exist anymore. It's not transformation. It's transmuting. We use that as our power. We use that as our fuel. Wow. This is insane. Insane. Yeah, wow. You've got to laugh at the absurdity of it, man, haven't you? You really have. You know, when they talk about that song, The Fool on the Hill, you know, the Beatles. They all laugh at him, but he knows that they're the fools. You've got to see it when we start to see the humor in this, you know? Have you ever done it? It's like, they showed me there. Have you ever hit your funny bone, you know, your humorous, and it really hurts, right? But you laugh through it for some reason. It's like, it really, really knocks. It really kills. This is what we've got to do at this time. Oh God, anybody watching this will just be like, whatever. But you know what? I don't really care. I am past caring with it now. You know, the ones that are meant to see this message will see it. So I'm going to pull a few cards just for this moon, and then I'll go on to do them for the signs. Oh man. Right, okay. I'll give a bit of a breather. Right, okay. I love these new cards I've got. They're really, really cool. Two of Cups, first card, okay? This is it. This is connection. This is union. This is going back to where we are, back to who we are. It's going back to love here, because this is where our strength is, okay? As I said, we can't do this alone. And to go through this darkness, we need to know people are by our side, okay? Like I say, we can't take their energy to make that ours, because as I mentioned before, that we need to realize we're alone in order to realize that we're all together. So this is getting quite confusing. But what this is saying is, when we know that we have that strength and that support with us to walk by our side, you know, both walking in unison, okay? Unison, union. This is where the strength is. And this is where we can face the darkness as well. What they're saying here is that for the past 8 months, okay, I don't know why they're saying 8 months, For the past 8 months, we have been completely caught up in our minds, okay? Our minds have kept us prisoners. We haven't been able to do what we're meant to do. It's like our hands are tied. Our mind what? Almost our mind emptied in a way. This is what it's showing me. You know, like when I'll probably get wrong for saying this, and if people are saying that it's this woke shit, you know what I mean? Somebody was telling me the other day, I went down to Manchester with a friend of mine, and they were saying somebody's done a t-shirt, and I'm so gutted that I didn't do this. And it's, you know, the John Lennon, the war is over, the Christmas one he done with Yoko Ono, and somebody's put woke is over. Okay, and this is it. It's getting beyond a joke, this woke shit. It really, really is. You know, it's just it's getting cruel, but that is for another day. But what I'm seeing in this, and this is why I'm mentioning that, because if I say something wrong here, the intent is not there. So, you know, when we get a lot of these kind of Middle Eastern countries where there are a lot of rules and restrictions, you know, not just on women, but on, you know, on civilians as well, you know, where they're told that it's very, very, you know, like heavily, what would you say, like kind of dictatorship kind of thing. This is what it's saying the last 8 months we've had. And this has caused us to be disillusioned. It's caused us to be like, well, what is the point? There is nothing better. It's actually almost like it's disconnected us from our hearts. But love always wins. That's what they're saying. Love wins. And when a sailor is at sea, he just adjusts his sails. And this is what they want us to do with this, okay? When it gets a storm, adjust the sails, because this is an awakening. This is one of the biggest awakenings I feel of our lives, of our lifetimes, okay? And it's coming. And this is, we're going to awaken the more we heal, okay? And in order to heal, we need to feel. We need to feel that pain. Okay, we need to look beyond what we have already experienced, look beyond and know that there is another life out there. Okay, once we start to believe it, that is when we will see it. At the minute, we're not believing it. We've lost all hope. That's what they've done to us. Okay, it was all part of their plan. But we've seen the script now, and we're like, no, I'm not playing that. I'm going to play the part in my play. And in my play, this is what happens. And in my play,